thought I was gonna die. There you go. I love it. Yes. Go. Fuck it up.
Thanks for coming in. Can you give me a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah, thanks, man. My name's David Haddad. I'm 45 years old. I'm a professional, I guess, like DM, or dungeon master, or someone who runs people through adventures in Dungeons and Dragons and other like role-playing, storytelling type games. I guess I just want to kind of talk about some of the stuff that I've been going through, like all of my different, I don't know. I've just been really depressed lately. I think that it comes from like not doing the things that, that I feel like I'm supposed to do or like meant to do. I don't know. I just, it seems fucked up to just say I just feel sad sometimes. Or sometimes I just feel like.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you have a lot going on in your life. You have people that care about you. You have a work that you're passionate about, but obviously you're still having these feelings. Have you really thought about where all those feelings might be coming from?
Let's reset into.
So, I think that I don't know. I spent a lot of my my formative years like when I was like younger. I was like the only kid. And my dad, he passed away when I was really young, like when I was like 5 years old. And then I was like raised by my mom and like my uncle and my aunt. I feel like, it's one of those things where in some families that was like normal, but growing up, I just, not having, not having a dad and where I was, it was kind of a weird situation. And I think that, I don't know, like a lot of times in my life, a lot of the I guess like the stuff that I went through in school, I just kind of felt like was sort of like the I guess like the nerdy lame kid, right? Like I was always had a hard time kind of keeping up with all of the other like kids that were around. I never felt like I was, I don't know. I never really felt like I was like making the grades that I need to make, or I was doing the things that I needed to do to be like successful, whatever that means.
Yeah, thanks for sharing and opening up. That must have been a really tough period for you. But you mentioned you lost your dad at an early age, and you also kind of mentioned some of the struggles that you're having at schools. Do you feel like there's a connection there? Do you feel like those two things are linked?
I mean, maybe. So the stuff with my dad, it was weird. I lost him at a really young age, and I mean, I have a hard time having I don't know if I have any like solid formative memories of my dad. I mean, he was a great big guy from what I understand. He was, someone who could like, from the stories that my mom told, he was like someone who could like kind of like light up a room, and he was really good at making friends, great, a good provider. And then, he passed away, and I don't feel like I ever got a chance to really meet that guy. I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like kind of messed up because I went through like I guess like loss and death, like I guess like really young, and I don't really even know if I did the best job processing all of that stuff. Because now, I mean, sometimes like, you know, people, they pass away, and I just don't. Sometimes I don't know exactly like how to react.
Yeah, that's interesting. Why do you say you don't feel like you know how to react? You feel like you should be reacting a different way?
Yeah, it's a lot of frustration. This is something that I did for a little bit, and I stopped for a while, and shit, man, it's like I forgot everything.
Dude, you're looking good.
Oh, thanks.
You got a couple of reversals. It's not, that's not easy to do, for sure. Good work.
Fuck, that's a lot. Thank you so much.
Than you are? Why does that kind of come up?
I just think that sometimes, like, I just don't.
Hey, calm down, monster.
I just don't know if I process some of those things the right way. Like I don't know. I feel like, you know, I lost my my dad when I was really young.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, that day was a pretty, we were like, I guess, like, wild day. Like, I don't remember a lot from when I was, it's like 5 years old, but I do remember, you know, like, I guess, like I said, going through like, you know, going to church and, you know, with my mom, and then everyone's sad, and I just didn't understand why everyone was crying.
You mentioned losing loss at an early age. You're someone that's familiar with going through tough times. Let's really dig deep into like feelings of despair, feelings of loss. Like what kind of gets conjured up when I mentioned that?
So a couple years ago, I went through kind of so it was actually right before, like, during the COVID thing. Like, I had this thing happen to me physically where it's called OPLL, and it's when the ligament that's in your neck, it like becomes bone. It's pretty rare, but it was like I was just working in the yard. I was moving some bricks up and down stairs, and all of a sudden I felt like I couldn't like walk up the stairs. I couldn't like hold anything in my left hand, and like for a minute I thought I was having a stroke. Like, I was just like, okay, well, this is awful. But I mean, they checked. They took me to the hospital. They did an MRI, and everything like that was fine. But except for what wasn't fine was like my hand felt like it would just like submerge in ice, and I couldn't feel my leg. So when I think about, like, I guess, like, despair and loss, I think about like that actual like physical losing of my, you know, my physical abilities. And before that, you know, I've been someone who's done work, like a lot of physical labor work.
No, that definitely fucks with your head.
Yeah.
Like, being one day you're active, you're good, and then the next day you can't do the things that you normally do, probably do the things that you love doing, can't provide. You're fearful of being able to provide for yourself and the people that you love, and it affected me in like ways that I never thought it would. You know, I know exactly what you mean. Like, I just kind of get the demeanor changes, your whole outlook on life changes.
Yeah.
You know, there's a gloom about you. You don't interact with people the same way. You're like, for me, I was meaner to the people around me.
Last like 20 seconds.
Yeah, no, I was a total kind of pain in the butt to be around.
Yeah, it was. No, I think that I thought I was gonna die when I went to get the operation.
What do you have to say?
Whoa!
You just fucked up so much of my stuff.
There you go.
I can't have regular relationships because of
That's
you
it.
anymore. I can't
Go,
have
go,
so
go.
many fucking friends.
Go.
I just fucked it up.
Go. And time.
Right, like, because they had to go into the thing, and I've had other operations before, you know, but like this one, I just didn't think I was gonna make it. I remember laying in bed, and, you know, my wife was nice enough to be in there, and we had this lovely, I guess, like, anesthesiologist, but like right before, they like put me like in the back room. I remember, I was good up until they started like moving my bed, the bed that I was in, like the hospital, and all of a sudden like the person who was the person who was the anesthesiologist, the person who prepped me for the thing, she like had to give me a bunch of stuff because they were worried I was going to have like a heart attack or something like that, because I just, I felt like this like incredible amount of fear before I went into the back. But I was, yeah, I guess like they did the operation. I woke up in the hospital. I mean, operations are wild now. It's just like you go through a little time machine where you start out in a little bed and they wheel you to this back room, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're in another room and everything's all done.
You time travel?
Yeah, time travel a little bit.
And you spin the dice. Like,
Yeah.
I hope this works.
Yeah.
I hope the percentages are good for me.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll see how it ends up. When I was like, I had a lot of trouble with like friends when I was a kid. When I was really young, I had like a best friend who was like I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I had one person who was like my best friend, and we ended up kind of going to the same college space together. And there was this thing where like it's the first week of college, everyone's like new and vulnerable. I'm away from home the first time, very sheltered upbringing, and we like. This group are doing group activities, week of welcome, and they're like, this group has pens that they gave out to people. One of the people asks, who has an extra pen? I go, oh, my buddy has a pen because he had a pen, right? And he hand that pen over, and then like we went to this hot springs thing where everyone's kind of like I guess like seeing the community, and I guess like we're adults. We go to this, I guess, like hot springs kind of thing as an activity. It's very, very wholesome, but they've got, because people in hot springs, they get overheated, they have like bottles of water. They're like, oh, who's got a bottle of water? I'm like, oh, my buddy, he's there's water over there. And and afterwards, after those two experiences, we go down to the beach. And this is my friend for like 6 years, right? Like, he's like my closest friend. I feel like I can count on like one hand how many friends I actually like have. People I can actually have conversations.
This is your buddy, yeah.
Yeah. We go down the beach, and he grabs me, and he's like, kind of puts me in a headlock, and he's just like, hey, if you ever point me out like that to anyone else, I'm going to break your legs. Right?
That's oddly specific. Why legs?
I don't know. I don't know why.
He must know like leg locks or some shit. Like, that's my move.
And
so he was pissed about you volunteering, like
volunteering the information about like the pen and a bottle of water. It was just so ridiculous to me. And we're all on this beach, there are bonfires. I mean, everyone's vulnerable. Everyone's like young in that period of time. We don't know any better. But I go off to my car, and I just like hit the inside of my car a whole bunch. My car didn't deserve that. It was a good car.
So you were upset that this kind of got you by surprise. You didn't expect your friend to have this type of emotion, and he physically kind of grabbed you, physically put you in the headlock, which is totally uncalled for. This is something that you can probably just talk about. Like, hey, it bothers you. Like, that's understandable. Mm-hmm. Just fucking tell me. Don't grab me and like threaten me, right? So you're understandably like feeling upset at this point. What was going through your head? Like,
I was so not talking no more. It was one of those things where I like figured, he was like my best friend, man.
Yeah.
Like, we were gonna be like, he was like through thick and thin, that kind of situation, right? Like, I just felt like really harmed because it's like over fucking some water and a pen. He's gonna like.
Yeah, let's say one nice thing about each other.
He went over to the dark side. I like that.
You're really freaking strong,
man. Nice. So that's what you're thinking, like over nothing.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna blow all this up over nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I basically, I went down to where he was on the beach after I was like pissed in my car, and I was like, I grabbed him, and I'm like, I just don't want to see you again. And like, and it was a little, it was kind of more cute than that. He was looking for a moment like we were gonna fight, but we didn't fight. I just went back to my car, and I didn't go back to any of the week of welcome stuff at college. But I feel like, since then I keep a lot of There are a lot of relationships, I kind of keep it at arm's length because
Yeah.
I don't want something like that to happen. And I think that everything that happened with my buddy that was more recent, it was because he's someone who I really value, and I feel like it brought up a lot of the same emotions in me. Where like, this is just some bullshit. Like, why can't we just drop this? Like, why is it becoming a thing where you want to actually do this, talk about actually hurting me? I don't want to be in this conversation. But
That's
yeah.
interesting that you're the one that. So you were upset. You went to your car, and then you're the one that went back, and then you confronted him. And you're like, "This is like, I don't want to have anything to do with you at that point." Do you feel like, looking back at it now, do you feel like that is something that you did at the moment, or do you feel like that had to happen like that?
So like, I feel like going down there, and when I confronted him,
Yeah.
it was a tough confrontation. Like, I wasn't in.
So you're like yelling.
I was not
and,
in
like,
a good headspace.
putting-
I was,
yeah.
And it's something that I would try to, looking back on, I wouldn't have handled it that way. But I think it was important that we just kind of separated at that point. in my life.
Interesting. And then from then you didn't reconnect with this friend.
I kind of saw him after his dad passed away. Like, for a minute, we ended up like kind of being. It wasn't even on purpose. I just kind of ran into him someplace, and we chatted for a while. And it was like we had never been. It was like we weren't even. It's like we're guys that just sort of like talked about getting in an accident in a parking lot.